Hi, I'm Anna from BeautyGirlsMom.com, and I'm here again with my cousin Margaret. And Margaret has what I think is probably a pretty good idea if you want to save time at the parks for things that have longer attractions so that you can do the attractions that are bigger or different. So Tell me what you do with these kids.
So where I live, Six Flags Great Adventure Jackson is right around the corner. And there are some rides that are very similar to some rides in Disney. So we have a list with one exception, to one ride, one exception, that they're not allowed to go on, because if we can do it at Six Flags, we are not waiting in line to do it at Disney World. I don't care. I've never been to Epcot, so I cannot pick on Epcot. Hollywood Studios, I feel like you're in the movie there. So I can't pick on Hollywood Studios. Not that I'm a fan of Animal Kingdom, but for the Animal Kingdom, we went on Congo Rapids. We went on their safari because it was their first time. And I always ask them, compare it to what we do at Six Flags. It's the same thing. Okay, well, we don't have to do that there again. Mm-hmm. And they're like, they're fine with it because we can do it every weekend at Six Flags instead of having to wait to come back to Disney to do it there. Mm-hmm. The Magic Kingdom is who I'm going to pick on. And the Hollywood Studios is my favorite. The Magic Kingdom is my second favorite. So I hate to do this, but I am that person walking through the Magic Kingdom. Like, listen, Prince Charming's carousel. They have a carousel at Six Flags with the same animals. You're not going on there. Dumbo. Not that you even need to be on Dumbo. But you're not going on Dumbo because they have Air Jumbo at Six Flags. The Runaway Train is the only ride. Wait, is it Runaway Train?
Big Thunder Mountain.
All right, so Big Thunder Mountain at Disney in the Magic Kingdom, they can go on because at Six Flags they have the Runaway Train. Well, that's what I call it, but now it's called like the Lost Treasure Train. They can go on that because in Disney, it really is a mountain, where in Six Flags, they're just going up and down around a lake. But it's the same idea, but that is the only ride, and we'll fast pass that they are allowed to go on that is similar to a Six Flags ride. The Enchanted Teacups at Six Flags. It's the same thing as what it is as the Mad Hatter's Teacup Party at Disney. So they will not go on teacups. We will not wait in line for that. And at Six Flags, we have the Great American Road Race, where in Disney they have the Speedway track. I let them on once, so they can say they did it once. They were given like a fake license. It was cute. But they'll never go on again because they can do the same thing in Six Flags, just like in Disney. And I just feel like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rides we can skip and just go to our main attractions, with the exception of one I feel like is a time saver.
I think I could go two ways on this. My first feeling is that's a really good idea, because I have a lot of people that say to me, can I get everything done in one day at the Magic Kingdom?
And I think you can. People say you can't, but I think you can.
I think it's really hard to do if you want to do every single one of these attractions. But if you just want to do the Magic Kingdom and the attractions at the Magic Kingdom that you can't do at Six Flags or at Hershey Park or at, like, your area theme park, I mean, you've cut out a lot of the things. And you can wait a long time with these things.
Exactly, because everyone wants to go on it because it's Prince Charming's carousel and it's the Mad Hatter's teacup part. Like, versus just it's a carousel, there's some teacups. I feel like they run to it. And I've seen those lines sometimes and I'm just like, oh man, no, we're not doing it.
We kind of do something similar, but for us, because I don't take my kids to other theme parks, only because I actually... It's not that I hate the other theme parks. I just haven't had great experiences at the other theme parks. I always compare them to Disney and they're like dirtier or noisier, or the rides seem ricketier or something to me. So my kids have not done a lot of other theme parks. They've gone on school trips and stuff to Dorney Park and Six Flags, but it's not something that we plan to do like next weekend, let's go to Dorney Park or Great Adventure. So, but we do, if we're at Disney and we're at the Magic Kingdom and there's a 30-minute wait for the teacups, I'll just say to them, you did it the last time we were here. We do not need to do the teacups every time. But if you have a local theme park or some kind of local thing where you're doing most of these rides, go for the big ones. Go for Space Mountain and Splash Mountain and the things that you... Either the theming is so unique to Disney, like on Splash Mountain. Yes, there are other log flumes and water rides elsewhere.
Right. Like Six Flags. Six Flags has a log flume, but you're not going through a story. You're not... Yeah. And that's why I won't use the log flume as an example, because you're just going around and just coming down, where Splash Mountain, you're going through a story, and you'll hear the Zippity Doo-Dah song, and I feel like people hear that, but they don't really know the story where it came from. Mm-hmm. So they can like put the song with the picture and they get it. Where I'm perfectly okay with that one. That one I don't even use as an example because it's so different to where the teacups, it's the same color teacups. Mm-hmm. And the elephant, their elephant just looks like Dumbo versus the elephants at Six Flags, it's just an elephant. It's the same idea.
So I think that is a good idea to save time. If you can say to your kids, okay, if we're going to spend 40 minutes waiting in line, we can do it for Space Mountain or we can do it for the teacups. I would think that would sway the kids definitely to do the Space Mountain and do the rides they can't do every weekend.
And I understand that, like, I live right now, it's a 15-minute drive to Six Flags from my house, so, and I understand some people might do an hour, 2-hour drive just to go there, but for me, I can be like, listen, we can go home, and we can go to Six Flags, and we can do that, and we can do that, and we can do that, and I'm very like, well, you know, you're not going to be able to do this again for a while, so why don't we do it now, because we're here, but those rides, I'm just like, no, we're not going on that, we're not going on that, we're not going on that, because we can do it when we're there.
The flip side of it, I guess, is, and I'm sure you would make it an exception, if it was somebody's favorite ride. Like if Adriana said, but the teacups are my all-time favorite, I have to ride them every time I go, I'm sure you would bend a little bit and say, all right,
well, she's waiting in that line by herself, because I'm not waiting in, well, yes, if she was like a diehard, I love Alice and like if she was one of those, then yes, I would always be like, of course you can, but thank God she's not, because I just can't see it. Then I would take her to Six Flags every weekend. I don't know. I look at those lines and I'm just like, well, I don't know where all these people live, but oh my, we're not going on that. We're not going on that. I just feel like you can do, like, the teacups you could do at the carnival. The elephant, the flying elephant, and the carousel. You can do that at a carnival. Yeah. And I know every town has a carnival. If not in their town, then close to it. So I just feel like, okay, we'll cut some corners and we'll skip this, and this, and this, because we can do that back home. And I have been frowned at, because I have been like, we can do that at home, we're not doing it here. If we can do it at home, we don't do it here. And people look at me like, it's like, oh wow.
Well, I guess some people think it takes away from the experience if you go all the way to Disney World and you don't let the kids ride the carousel. But I totally get your point, and I can see where, especially if you are trying to get done all of the things that you want to do at the Magic Kingdom, you know, I don't get the appeal of the Speedway. I never did, even as a kid. I didn't get the appeal of the Speedway, but the line is always 45 minutes to an hour long. So if it's something that you can do 15 minutes from home, save that 45 minutes. Go spend it on, you know, Buzz Lightyear, or spend it on something that you don't have locally. I think it's a good plan.
And one of the things, like my Isaiah, he was like, I'm driving. I was like, okay, like I saw him light up when he saw it, and I'm just like, I guess I'd be a bad aunt. I have them all the way here the first time I took them. And it's just like, you know what, just go on it. And then I had to sit next to him. I'd rather take him to like a go-kart thing where he's not on a track, where he can drive around, which we have at our indoor amusement parks. And he loved it. He absolutely loved it. But I think he gets the kick out of the weird, like the smallest things. He was thrilled that they gave him like an official fake driver's license. And he still has it. I have these little Disney boxes for it. And he still has it. And I'm just like, okay. So he was happy. He has not, the second time I brought them, he didn't ask to go back on it. I think he knew better, because I told him, like, this is one of those things we can do at our indoor amusement park. So would you rather be on a track, or would you be on like a course where he's old and he can drive around now? And, you know, of course he picked the indoor amusement park over the racetrack, but it was just like, it was his first time. He wanted to do it. We did it. We got it over with. I'm not going to let him do it again because he'd rather be doing a mini go-kart at, what's it called? I Play America, which is our indoor amusement park. So it was a time saver for me. We got through the Magic Kingdom, but we also had the fast passes. When we went, we were, before this whole Magic Pass, remember I told you, like, we were trying, it was like a soft test and we were picked to do it. So we still got a fast pass, but we still had like our pass from being picked to do the Magic Pass when it was a little blue card. So we got through the Magic Kingdom in a day. We went on this, and this, but before we got on this ride, we would fast pass that ride. And by the time we were off of Pirates of the Caribbean, it was time to go to Big Thunder Mountain. So it worked out, and we were able to get through the whole park. So because I had like a fast pass, I can say yes, it is possible, but I think maybe without them it wouldn't be possible to get through the Magic Kingdom.
That's one of the things I miss about the old fast pass, is that we would wait until our window opened up and we would do the same thing. If we had a fast pass for Big Thunder Mountain, as soon as that window opened up, we would run and get a fast pass for Buzz Lightyear and then go ride Big Thunder Mountain, so that we knew we always had one kind of waiting, which you don't really have the opportunity to do anymore. But I think it's a little bit controversial, but I think it is an interesting way to save time, and you will get to see more of the Magic Kingdom if you eliminate the things that you know that you can do locally, or things that you know, if you're going to come back next time and you're here Christmas week and there's a 90-minute wait for the carousel, just do it next time, or we did it last time, just whatever you can use.
Right. And I tried to explain to them, like, there's things you can do locally, like those list of rides, versus the things they have no interest in. And the president thing is something they have no interest in. And I'm just like, you don't want to know where that song came from? And they're just like, no. And I'm like, okay.
I just took Granuel in it on our last trip, and Granuel was like, why did you let her do that? Why did you make her take me? It was like being in school, but I kind of like it.
One of their teachers thinks that it's cool, a great, big, beautiful, and they didn't know where it came from. Someone had sang that once, and I was like, well, this is where the song, but like we left, but they have no interest. Like, they just wanted to walk right by it the second time around. And I was like, all right, fine.
See, we like the Carousel of Progress and the Tomorrowland Transit Authority. It's just a place to cool off when you can't, you're done with the 45-minute lines and you don't have a fast pass for another 2 hours. We like to do those kind of attractions. But let us know how you feel about this time-saving tip to get you through the Magic Kingdom so that you can see everything you want to see in one day. I am Anna from BeautyGirlsMom.com. Don't forget to hit subscribe wherever it appears on your screen.